Do you remember?
Let me see. The first day that Isis told me this, I had picked her up from the bus station, and I was waiting to get my younger child out of school. And we were waiting in the car, and Isis said, Mom, something that, I wanted to talk to you about. And I thought it would be like, what we're going to do the weekend or something like that. But she actually told me, she said, Mom, I feel that I'm transgendered. And at the time, I really didn't know too much about transgender.
What that meant, yeah.
People, so...
so when she said, I feel like I'm a girl inside of my body, what did you feel?
Actually, my first response, I just got really teary-eyed, and I just cried. And then we discussed it, at home later on that day.
After. So what gave you the courage to tell your mom that you were transgender?
Well, I guess, when I decided to move up to New York, I had moved back home from college. I saved up enough money, and when I got the backbone, I went to therapy for a few months. And I got the backbone enough to say, you know what, I'm ready, and whether people like it or not, I'm about to do what I have to do. So I moved myself up there also to pursue my career as a designer and, model and just whatever happens. But so after going up there and already starting to live my life, when I came back, I'm just like, hey.
Time to tell her. What's your birth name, Isis?
Daryl.
Daryl. Okay. So when she told you that she's a woman and started dressing like a woman, I assume, started dressing like a woman and wanted you to call her Isis, did you immediately start doing that? Immediately make that change? No?
No,
not at all. What happened, Isis?
She called me D for a while.
D?
Which is actually still better than saying Daryl, but
if me and Isis were in a store or something, I would turn around, and me and Isis may have been the only person in the store, and I'd be like, Daryl, and then a lady or whoever was right there helping us out, they're like, who is she talking to?
And I look back with her.
She's like, Mom, let me just talk. She's like, Mom, let me just talk, because you keep screwing it up, so.
And do you ever mourn the son that you lost? Because there is a loss.
Yeah, I did. I cried for months. Yeah. I really did.
I want to show you some pictures of when you were a little boy, which you would not give us on Top Model. You're absolutely adorable.
Oh, look at my baby.
Oh my gosh, how old were you there? Wait, hold on that one. That one's, wow.
That boy cute, right?
Yeah, he's really cute. He's actually really cute and very boyish. You're very girlish here, and now in life, even with a washed face with no makeup, I've seen you, very girlish. That's a definite boy. On the outside, not on the inside.
I think it was more so like, okay, I have to take senior pictures. I took them at the end of 11th grade. But it was more so like, okay, my parents want these pictures. They're going to treasure them. Let me boy it up. and that's what I did for the pictures. Boy it up.
You boyed it up. What does it look like to see the pictures, the baby picture? Let's go back to the baby picture. What does that look like for you, Mom? Or feel like for you?
I treasure those moments. But I look at it like this. I thought about it, and this is who Isis is today, so it doesn't bother me because I still have my child, so.
That's so true.
That's my baby.
And I really admire you for this because I have sat on this couch with so many parents that struggle so much, that love their child so much, but that disown them for beliefs. And it's like, and I always say, I'm sure your child has done some really, really bad things and cussed you out and called mama, bitch, I don't love you and I hate you. And they don't disown them, and awful, great drugs, all kind of crazy things. But they don't disown them. But for something like this, they disown them. Exactly. And I feel like it's more about the parent than the child, certain embarrassments or disappointments. So I honor you as a mom that you have true unconditional love, because that's what mothers are on this earth for, to have true unconditional love. On Top Model, I don't know what's going on in the house. I only know later when I'm in the editing bay, months later when we finish, and I see what's going on. You had a lot of her from some of the girls. And one of the girls that probably gave the most is here today. Clark is here. We'll be right back and talk to Clark. We'll be right back. Up next.
It really freaks me out that you got something else different down there.
I'll stomp that man right out of the competition.
Now, Clark is here in front of you. and later. 2 years ago, we introduced you to the Beverly Hills Four. Little did we know, or I know, that one of the girls was hiding a shocking secret.
I'm here right now to reveal to you my exclusive truth, and that is...
Wow.
The next name I'm going to call is Isis. You stood out in the background last season, and now you're in the foreground.
I'm proud to be somebody, you know, to represent other people, but I'm coming here for myself because this is something that I really worked hard for and I really, really want it.
The moment when I cast Isis as the first ever transgender finalist on America's Next Top Model was a truly powerful milestone. When you heard me call your name at casting and I said, Isis, you're going to be a part of America's Next Top Model, what went through your body?
Well, I think at that point I was like trying to hold back the tears. When we made the cut to the final 20, you guys didn't see that I was just bawling. I was bawling, so I guess I wanted to hold it back because I was so nervous. I'm like, okay, I made it this far. I gave up my job. You know, I'm homeless. I'm like, what if I don't make it to the 14? So I'm just like, but hold it back. You know, save that for if she called your name.
And then when you made it to the final 14,
I was still trying to hold back because I would have like, fell all out. And I'm like, okay, you don't want to do that. So like, just hold it back. And I'm just like, I think I really didn't. It didn't hit me yet.
Yeah. So you had to live with these girls, girls that. I heard you say during the commercial break, you thought it was all happy and hunky-dory, and then you see the show and you're like, what, she called me a what? She said a who? So what did that feel like, seeing that later?
It really hurt me because, for one, I'm not a fake person. You know, I always been myself, whether the camera's rolling or not. And how I felt in front of somebody is how I felt. Me not thinking everyone isn't like that. So, you know, I just saw what happened. It really did hurt me at first, for a quick second.
Well,
for a quick second.
I know Clark is one of the girls that Isis said what she said. Check out Clark on America's Next Top Model, and some other girls not agreeing with Isis. Check it out.
Isis is over this hop. America's Next Top Model is not going to be a drag queen. I'm sorry, it's not.
Isis has no place in this competition. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me uncomfortable as hell. I was like, it freaks me out that she got something else different down there than me.
I was really thrown back by Isis.
Growing up in the South, you don't exactly run into a he-she every day. You walk around like that in a small town, you get shot.
This is the funniest thing that's in my head. Her like trying to be sexy. Reality is she's a man.
She needs some heat to burn off all that hair.
My mind was like, what? Ain't this supposed to be a girl competition? How did you get through the door?
If I have to get along with Isis, I will. But then again, if it comes between me and my goal, I'll stomp that man right out of the competition.
Clark is with us now. I have to ask you, Isis, how did you feel hearing what Clark had to say about you?
I guess, you know, I thought we got along. I don't know if he still feel like that.
Yeah.
But I just didn't really understand, you know, somebody, even now, you know, someone can disagree with something but not be disrespectful or ignorant about it at the same time.
Right.
You know, so.
It really hurt me, Clark. I had absolutely no intentions of hurting you. That is the last thing that I want to do. I think that you, you know, with your situation, I think that's awesome that you're pursuing what you want to do, and I support that. I love you as a person, I just don't agree with your choices. And I think that's so important to clarify because I feel like everybody thinks that I hate you. You know, I have so many people coming up to me on the streets, like, oh my God, don't you just hate Isis? I'm like, no, really, I don't. I just don't agree with their choices.
But I just look at it like, okay, disagreeing with something is like, oh, you know, I don't agree with it, fine. When we say I'm gonna stomp that man out of the competition or this he, she, like that's passing the line of disagreeing. That becomes disrespect. And it's like, it's people out there like that is the reason why a lot of trans people, or even people that feel like they're different, you know, hide or can't be who they are because people like that just act so ignorant or does things like that. It's like, I'm not saying you can't agree with it because I don't expect everyone to agree with it, but it's just a line that was crossed.
Clark, I know you say that Isis says that she was born in the wrong body.
Right.
What do you feel about that?
That is called gender identity disorder, and it's unfortunate that you have to deal with something like that. And